good, okay. I went to high school with Ronnie and John and Monica and Robin. They were the #1 most athletic family in our school. Because there was one of them in every class when we graduated, we had to celebrate our reunions in decades. And they weren't the only family like that. We had a lot of families. Where's Kent Woodard? Raise your hand. Kent Woodard, he's got 3 other siblings. And we had multiples like that. So in a military community, when you've got multiple siblings, you don't want to separate them when you have reunions. So we have our reunions in decades. And we're used to greeting each other and seeing each other. And some of our classmates we haven't seen in 30 years, 40 years, but we talk like we saw them yesterday. So when I was 11 years old, I'm going to tell you a couple stories. When I was 11 years old, my father, who was very strict, used to say, if you get a C on your report card, you're going to be on restriction. I got C's all the time. So I spent my life sitting in the living room window watching Monica. Monica, where are you?
Right here.
I used to watch Monica, and she and Ronnie would show up, and they would be all beautiful and gorgeous, and they used to teach swimming out at Lyman Swimming Pool, and I used to go, I wish I could be where they're going. I used to dream about it. But what you don't know is that Monica used to be our high school mascot. What, how many years later? 6 years later, I ended up being the mascot. I'm the class clown.
Here's another one here as well.
Where? Where? Yes! Hi! Cherie, stand up, say hello. Another Heidelberger. So there are a lot of us here that tried to cross the country to get to Ronnie today. And we're glad that you came here to remember him. So I sat down, and John asked me to put together some thoughts, and so did a couple of hundred extra other people. And they said, you know, to express what we feel about Ronnie. I wanted to do that for you, so bear with me, because I'm old now.
Sorry, I was clapping.
Okay, I'd like to start this with a poem that Rue, stand up. Stand up, Rue. This is Rue. This is our classmate, Rue, and I was flipping through Facebook for inspiration, and Rue posted one of the most beautiful things I'd ever read. And this is called The Canon of St. Paul's Cathedral. You need to hold my hand. In memory until we meet again, death is nothing at all. I have only slipped away into the next room. I am, I and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed. At the little jokes we always enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word. Let it be spoken without effort, without the ghost of a shadow in it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is absolute, unbroken continuity. What is death but a negligible accident? Why should I be out of mind? Because I'm out of sight? I am waiting for you for an interval, somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well. Nothing is past. Nothing is lost. One brief moment, and all will be as it was before. How we shall laugh at the trouble of parting when we meet again. And I think that's what Ronnie would have said. So then there's a second part. Okay, so all the classmates said, well, Shelley, tell them this, and Shelley, tell them that. And I went to the family and I said, what would you like me to do for you? And everybody kind of wanted you all to know what we knew, and this is what I put together. When his classmates and friends reminisce about our Heidelberg days, we remember there were those specific individuals who were the embodiment that time in Camelot. That's what we call the place we grew up. They were known for being outstanding in many different ways. Sportsmen, comedians, true friends, concerned humanitarians. Some were athletic, some were notably intelligent. Some were downright funny. Of these people, a select few truly earned their celebrity status. They represented leadership, camaraderie, kindness, humor, and generosity. They walked tall without ego, although Father Paul said, yeah. They made us a little prouder to be included in the same room, shared the same airspace. Some of you saw Ronnie sing. Some of you were privileged enough to see him dance. Some of you saw his belief in teamwork and in friendship. Ron Baskin Jr. is and always will be one of those people. On Friday morning, 13 November, Ronald Russell Baskin transitioned into light and onward to heaven. He loved his family. He loved his friends. He loved sports, but he really, really loved sci-fi movies and superheroes. Pause break. Ronnie was the first live hero I ever saw. And since I was only 11, I used to follow him around like a puppy. But he was so kind, and he was so nice, he didn't mind. And I used to follow him all around school. And let me tell you what I saw. Ronnie, when he was in school, if he ever dated, he carried the girls' books like they do in the movies. Okay? He opened doors. He pulled out chairs. He was kind to everybody that he ever had contact with. Okay? Unbreak. He embodied all those things we think of when a hero wins the girl, flies across the sky, stops the locomotive, and fought for the American way. We lost our lion warrior. We lost our hero. But God gained a true servant and a new warrior friend for the Archangel Michael. People with his name tend to be quiet, cooperative, considerate, sympathetic to others, adaptable, balanced, and sometimes shy. They are trustworthy, respecting confidences of others, and they make excellent diplomats, mediators, and partners. They are often intuitive. They like detail and order, and often find change worrisome. He may sometimes feel insecure or restless. Ronnie, or Ronald, means strength, dependability. He's argumentative and a warrior. He will defend you to the death if he loves you or if he sees you as the underdog in a situation. Even if it doesn't concern him, he's a true and loyal comrade. Tall, strong, and handsome, usually with Celtic looks, someone who eats and drinks with gusto and will be found in the midst of party situations. A sense of humor is required to be around Ronnie. Of Ron's loves, he had a beautiful sense of humor and readily shared a joke and a happy smile. I think he would have been very happy to know the following that I found in the Urban Dictionary. Famous for current slang. The meaning of his name is listed as following. Ronald, king, warrior, knight in shining armor. All women dream of being with Ronald. Tall, dark, and handsome, intelligent, ravishing. Ronald, the warrior of all. A male given name from Scandinavian words meaning counsel and rule. In English and Gaelic, it means rule with counsel. In American English, Ron means song. Being a Ronald makes you ravishing. To Ron's immediate family, siblings, Monica, John, and Robin, son Ty, daughter Margot, and to Clevie Batelli Baskin, many condolences to you for Ron's passing. While he was here, he got to marry his princess in a real castle, dressed like the knight he was. Together, you made beautiful children. We thank you for sharing his life with us. The words of a classmate who appreciated Ron's love of Star Wars and everything else sci-fi submits a quote, and it said, "Death is a natural part of life. Rejoice for those around you who transform into the Force. Soon I will rest, yes, forever sleep. Earned it I have. Twilight is upon me. Soon night must fall." So we, the classmates, friends, and family of Ronald Russell Baskin Jr., ask you to remember that he is alive inside us, in every heartbeat. And he will continue to live in each breath that you take.